Pattaya is one of Thailand's most vibrant destinations, known for its beaches, nightlife, and electrifying atmosphere. But does the city remain the same in 2025? In recent years, a lot has changed, and the famous beach road, the tourist heart of the region, has undergone some unexpected transformations. During my visit in February 2025, I witnessed changes that may surprise even those who know the area well. In this video, I will show you everything I saw, from improvements in infrastructure to new trends that are redefining the visitor experience. If you've been to Pattaya before, you might have a clear image of what to expect: a busy avenue lined with a popular beach during the day and illuminated by neon signs at night. But is this description still valid? In recent years, the city has undergone renovations and adjustments to attract a more diverse audience. Some say that Pattaya is trying to reinvent itself, while others believe that the essence of the destination remains unchanged. In this video, I will take you on a detailed tour of Beach Road and tell you all about the most notable changes in 2025. We'll talk about the new look of the waterfront, the updates in nightlife, and how the city has dealt with safety and infrastructure to ensure a better experience for tourists. Additionally, I will share tips for those planning to visit Pattaya soon, highlighting the best places to explore and what is truly worth doing there. If you are planning a trip or are just curious about how Pattaya is today, this video is for you. After all, Beach Road is not just a seaside avenue, but a reflection of the city's evolution and what tourists can expect upon arriving there. Before we start, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate the notification bell so you won't miss the upcoming videos about travel and exotic destinations. This helps me continue bringing you comprehensive and updated content. Now, without further ado, let's dive straight into the first topic. What exactly is Beach Road, and why is it so important to Pattaya? If you have never been to Pattaya, you might be wondering what makes Beach Road so special. Why is this seaside avenue considered the pulsating heart of the city? To understand its importance, we need to look at both its history and its current role in the region's tourism. Beach Road is Pattaya's main coastal avenue, stretching approximately 3 kilometers parallel to the beach. On one side, we have the shoreline, with its golden sand and a sea that varies between shades of blue and green depending on the day. On the other side, an array of hotels, restaurants, shopping malls, bars, and commercial centers make the region one of the busiest spots in Thailand. It's a place where everything happens. During the day, tourists stroll along the promenade, shop, or enjoy the beach. At night, the energy completely shifts and Beach Road transforms into one of the epicenters of Asian nightlife. But Beach Road is not just a tourist destination. It also reflects Pattaya's own development over the decades. In the 1960s, the city was just an unknown fishing village until American soldiers began visiting it during the Vietnam War. From there, Pattaya grew rapidly, becoming one of the most sought-after destinations in Southeast Asia. With this growth, Beach Road established itself as the center of tourist activities, constantly evolving to meet the growing demand from international visitors. Over the years, Beach Road has gone through various phases. It has been a rustic location, then a mass tourism hotspot, and more recently it has been trying to balance entertainment and sophistication. Today it houses everything from simple street food stalls to luxury restaurants. Small night markets coexist with modern shopping centers, and traditional nightclubs share space with elegant bars aimed at a more discerning audience. The activity on Beach Road begins early, with the first rays of sunlight illuminating the avenue and tourists heading out to walk or engage in outdoor sports. In the afternoon, the area comes even more alive, with bathers enjoying the sea and vendors offering everything from clothing and handicrafts to Thai massages on the beach. As the sun sets, the lighting from shops and neon signs begins to dominate the scene, preparing the city for its famous nightlife. If you walk along Beach Road, you will notice that it is divided into different sections, each with its own identity. The area closest to Ballyhai Pier, for example, is one of the busiest spots, especially since it is where boats depart for Coral Islands, one of the most sought-after excursions in the region. The central part of Beach Road, between SOI 6 and SOI 13, is filled with bars, shopping malls, and restaurants, and it is one of the most photographed areas of Pattaya. Further north, the avenue becomes quieter, with luxury hotels and resorts offering a slightly more reserved experience for tourists seeking comfort away from the hustle and bustle. But despite all this diversity, the big question many people ask is, does Beach Road in 2025 still retain the essence that made it famous? This is a question that can only be answered by analyzing the changes that have occurred in recent years. Infrastructure, safety, cleanliness, new attractions. All of these have transformed the way tourists and locals interact with the avenue. Some of these changes are welcome, while others spark debate among those who have known the area for a long time. If there is one thing that Pattaya has always known how to do well, it is to reinvent itself. And in 2025, Beach Road has undergone transformations that directly affect the visitor experience. Some changes were expected, while others caught many people by surprise. But the big question is, were these changes for the better? In recent years, the local government and business owners in the region have implemented a series of reforms to modernize the city's infrastructure, attract a more diverse audience, and improve the quality of life for residents. These changes have impacted everything from the beach road promenade to the structure of the beach itself, as well as traffic, safety, and even the way nightlife unfolds in the area. Let's explore each of these new developments and understand how they impact the experience of those visiting Pattaya in 2025. Promenade, renovation and urban infrastructure. One of the first changes I noticed upon arriving at Beach Road was the new layout of the promenade. The sidewalk, which used to be narrow and often crowded with tourists and street vendors, is now wider and more organized. The revitalization project invested in creating more green spaces, with rest areas, benches, and even small tree-lined plazas along the avenue. These improvements have been well received by both tourists and residents. Walking along Beach Road has now become a more enjoyable experience, without the cramped feeling that existed in previous years. Additionally, the city has implemented a new public lighting system, making the avenue safer and more inviting at night. Another notable point is the attempt to reduce visual pollution in the area. In previous years, it was common to see electrical wires hanging everywhere and worn-out signs cluttering the landscape. In 2025, there has been a standardization of urban signage and an effort to improve the overall aesthetics of the avenue. Although there are still a large number of neon signs after all, we are talking about Pattaya. They are now distributed in a more harmonious manner. Cleaner beaches and better water quality. If you visited Pattaya years ago, you may have encountered criticism regarding the quality of the seawater and the cleanliness of the sand. In 2025, the city implemented new environmental regulations and conservation programs that make a significant difference. There is now a stricter waste collection system on the beach, with inspectors monitoring cleanliness and ensuring that tourists dispose of waste properly. Additionally, there has been stricter control over pollution generated by boats, reducing the impact of tourism on the environment. The results are visible. The water at Pattaya Beach is clearer and the sand appears better cared for. While it is still not comparable to paradise islands like Koh Larn or Koh Samui, the effort to keep the beach cleaner has been remarkable and has improved the experience for visitors. Exclusive bike lane. Another interesting new development was the creation of an exclusive bike lane along Beach Road. In recent years, sustainable tourism has become an important agenda in various destinations around the world, and Pattaya decided to join this trend. Now, cyclists can traverse the entire avenue more safely without having to compete for space with cars or pedestrians. The result? A significant increase in the number of tourists renting bikes to explore the city in a more relaxed and eco-friendly way. This change has also helped alleviate traffic in the area, which has always been one of the biggest challenges for those navigating Pattaya. With more people opting for bicycles, the number of motorcycles and tuk-tuks on Beach Road has slightly decreased, making transportation a bit smoother. New entertainment options. If there's one thing Pattaya has always known how to offer, it's entertainment. And in 2025, new attractions have emerged, slightly changing the dynamics of Beach Road. First, some traditional nightclubs have relocated, especially those situated on very busy streets. The goal of this change was to better reorganize nightlife and distribute tourist flow more evenly. Some iconic nightclubs that were once in the central area of Beach Road have been moved to more remote areas, generating mixed reactions among patrons. Furthermore, new bars and show venues have emerged, bringing different concepts to the city's nightlife scene. Now, there are not only bars focused on intense parties, but also establishments that offer more sophisticated experiences with live music and crafted drinks. This movement aims to attract a broader audience, including tourists seeking fun without necessarily diving into a traditional nightclub setting. Another interesting point has been the increase in street performances along Beach Road. Local artists now have more dedicated spaces for live shows, cultural performances, and craft fairs, making the tourist experience even richer and more diverse. How do these changes affect tourists? For those who have visited Pattaya before, these changes may seem strange at first. The city is modernizing and trying to balance its image between a party destination and a place suitable for different types of tourists. This can be positive for those seeking a more comfortable and safe experience, but may also evoke nostalgia in those who enjoyed the more chaotic and unpredictable atmosphere of the past. If you have never visited Pattaya, you probably won't notice these differences. What you will see is a vibrant city full of options for all tastes, with renewed infrastructure and a greater concern for the visitor experience. The truth is that Pattaya remains Pattaya, a city full of energy, diversity, and entertainment. But in 2025, it is more organized, cleaner, and in some aspects, even more sophisticated. The big question that lingers is, do these changes affect the city's famous nightlife? Do Pattaya's parties continue to be as intense as ever? Pattaya has always been known as one of Thailand's top nightlife destinations. For decades, tourists from around the world have traveled here in search of endless parties, lively bars, and an environment where fun seems to have no closing time. But does this reputation still hold in 2025? Have changes in the city's infrastructure and the organization of Beach Road affected the nightlife scene in any way? The answer to this question is not so simple. On one hand, Walking Street, the epicenter of Pattaya's parties, remains one of the most vibrant places in Southeast Asia when the sun sets. On the other hand, new rules, changes in the location of establishments, and the arrival of a more diverse audience have created a nightlife scene that is somewhat different from what it was a few years ago. Is Walking Street still the center of fun? Walking Street is the heart of Pattaya's nightlife, and even in 2025, this street continues to attract thousands of visitors every night. What makes Walking Street so special is how it brings together various types of entertainment in one place. You can find everything from simple bars with live music to super clubs with international DJs, as well as restaurants, night markets, and street performances. In recent years, some changes have been implemented to enhance the visitor experience. The first major change was the standardization of the facades of establishments, creating a more modern and organized look. Now, Walking Street has a less chaotic appearance but still maintains the vibrant energy that made it famous. In addition, the city has strengthened monitoring to ensure that bars and nightclubs adhere to stricter safety and hygiene regulations. This includes sound control, regulated operating hours, and even restrictions to prevent excessively aggressive behavior from party promoters. Overall, Walking Street still delivers the party experience it is known for, but now with a slightly more controlled and less improvised touch than in the past. New areas for nightlife. Another interesting point is that Walking Street is no longer the only place to party in Pattaya. While it remains the most popular destination, other areas of the city have started to gain prominence in recent years, attracting different types of crowds. Second Road, for example, now hosts various bars and nightclubs aimed at a more sophisticated audience. These new establishments offer premium drinks, more elegant environments, and a less chaotic atmosphere than that of Walking Street. It's a perfect space for those who enjoy the nightlife in a more relaxed way without sacrificing excitement. Another area that has grown significantly in popularity is Oi Buakau, which offers an interesting mix of sports bars, international pubs, and clubs aimed at expatriates and tourists who prefer a more laid-back vibe. Unlike Walking Street, which can often feel a bit too touristy, SOI Buakau provides a more authentic and less commercialized experience. These new options make Pattaya more than just a destination for wild parties. Now, there are spaces for different tastes and styles of fun, making the city more attractive to a broader audience. More entertainment beyond the party, one of the major changes I noticed in 2025 was the growth of nighttime. entertainment options that don't necessarily involve parties and clubs. In recent years, cultural festivals and night events have started to gain more space in the city. During my visit, I witnessed outdoor performances by Thai dance groups, magic shows, and even street artist performances that transformed the plazas along Beach Road into true improvised stages. Furthermore, night markets have become an increasingly strong attraction in Pattaya. Places like Theprasit Night Market and Jamshan Night Market offer an incredible experience for those who enjoy food and shopping. Instead of spending the entire night in a nightclub, many tourists now choose to explore these markets, try traditional Thai dishes, and enjoy a lighter, more cultural evening. Another notable trend is the rise of rooftop bars, which offer panoramic views of the city and the sea. Places like Horizon Rooftop Bar and Sky Gallery have become perfect meeting spots for those seeking a sophisticated environment, good drinks, and spectacular views. These new options demonstrate that Pattaya's nightlife is no longer limited to intense parties, but now includes a wider variety of experiences. For all types of visitors, is the nightlife still as intense as before? Given all these changes, the big question remains, is Pattaya's nightlife still as intense as it once was? The answer depends on each visitor's perspective. If you're looking for lively parties, crowded bars, and clubs that last until dawn, you will still find all that on Walking Street. The energy remains strong, the nightclubs are still full, and the city continues to be one of the most festive destinations in the world. On the other hand, it is undeniable that Pattaya is more organized and diverse than in the past. With new rules, renewed infrastructure, and a more varied audience, there is a sense that the city does not want to be known only for its parties, but rather as a complete destination with options for all tastes. If you visit Pattaya in 2025 expecting to find the same scene as 10 years ago, you might be surprised by some changes. But if you are open to exploring new styles of fun and experiencing the city in a different way, you will see that Pattaya continues to be one of Thailand's most interesting destinations. Pattaya has always been a vibrant destination, full of life and energy. However, like any busy tourist city, it also had its share of security problems. Scams targeting tourists, thefts, and persistent solicitations were some of the main complaints from those visiting the region years ago. But in 2025, with all the changes the city has undergone, has security really improved? During my stay in Pattaya this year, I noticed some significant differences compared to previous visits. The city has clearly invested in measures to make the tourist experience safer and more comfortable. Let's analyze what has changed and what still requires attention. Increase in policing and monitoring. One of the first changes I noticed was the increased number of police officers patrolling the streets, especially on Beach Road and Walking Street. There are more officers positioned at strategic points, and the local government has invested in a security camera system along the avenue. Now, there are surveillance cameras monitoring the busiest areas, which has helped reduce incidents such as thefts and fights in public places. Additionally, police checkpoints to verify documents and suspicious behavior have become more frequent, enhancing the sense of security. Another important factor was the implementation of tourist information centers operated by local authorities. If a visitor needs help, there are specific locations where they can obtain information or report any problems directly to the police. This has greatly facilitated communication between tourists and authorities, reduction of scams against tourists. Unfortunately, as happens in many tourist destinations, Pattaya has always had cases of scams targeting foreigners. One of the most common involved jet ski rentals, where renters charged outrageous fees for supposed damages to the equipment. Another frequent scam was the bar bill scam, where tourists were tricked with inflated bills at bars and clubs. The good news is that in 2025, the city took measures to curb these problems. There is now an official registry for water equipment rental businesses, and places attempting to scam can be reported more easily. Similarly, bars and restaurants have been required to adopt more transparent pricing policies, which has helped reduce fraud. Despite this improvement, the recommendation remains the same for any tourist. Stay alert and always confirm prices before consuming any service. Unwanted solicitation and street vendors. Another recurring problem on Beach Road was the number of persistent approaches from street vendors and party promoters. In some areas of the avenue, tourists could hardly walk without being stopped every few feet by someone offering something. In 2025, the rules regarding street vending became stricter, and there is greater enforcement to prevent invasive solicitations. Now, vendors must remain in designated areas and follow specific regulations. This has significantly improved the experience of walking along Beach Road without constant interruptions. However, there are still some more persistent approaches, especially at night. Some people still try to sell tickets to parties or convince tourists to enter bars and clubs. But compared to previous years, this problem has diminished considerably. The overall sense of security. After walking around Pattaya at different times of the day and night, I noticed that the overall sense of security has improved considerably. With more policing, surveillance cameras, and preventive measures, the city is more organized and less chaotic than in the past. However, as in any tourist destination, security also depends on the behavior of the visitors themselves. Some essential tips to avoid problems include avoid displaying valuable items in busy places. Stay vigilant with wallets and bags, especially in crowded areas. Be suspicious of overly advantageous offers and scams to resist. Do not overindulge in alcohol or alone to avoid vulnerable situations. Use reliable transportation, such as taxis and well-known apps, instead of accepting rides from strangers. Overall, Pattaya is safer in 2025. It's important to stay alert as in any major tourist destination. With so many changes on beach roads, the natural question arises, what is still worth going there? Do the city's classics remain must-sees? And what are the new attractions that have emerged in recent years? The truth is that Pattaya continues to be a fascinating destination. Beach roads still offer various attractions for all tastes. During my visit in February 2025, I explored every corner of this iconic avenue and selected the best activities for those planning to visit the city in coming months. Whether you are a traveler looking to relax on the beach, a lover of Thai cuisine, or someone who wants to enjoy nightlife in a different way, there is something for you on Beach Road. Let's explore the experiences that truly make this part of Pattaya worthwhile. Stroll along the promenade and sea view. One of the first things any visitor should do on arriving at Beach Road is simply to walk along the promenade and soak in the vibrant atmosphere of the city. With recent renovations, this experience is even better, as the sidewalk is now wider and resting areas on the avenue. During the walk, you will see a mix of tourists from all over the world, locals exercising and street vendors offering everything from handicrafts to tropical juices. The view of the beach alongside, with palm trees swaying in the wind, adds a special touch to the stroll. As you walk along to the rest, there are various benches and small gardens along the shore, perfect for sitting, relaxing, and watching the activity. As dusk falls, the city lights begin to turn on. Is it still worth it? Pattaya Beach hasn't always had the best reputation. In the past, criticism was regarding the water quality and the shininess of the sand. But, as I mentioned earlier, strict conservation measures have been the sand is now regularly cleaned, and the water quality has significantly improved. Although Pattaya still cannot compete with Paradise Island, the city beach is now much more pleasant for those who want to take a relax on the sand. If you want to make the most of this experience, the tip is to arrive early when the beach is quiet. The atmosphere increases significantly and the heat can be intense. For those who enjoy water activities, there are options for jet ski rides, parasailing, and even boat trips to nearby islands. Trying the Thai street food. No trip to Thailand is complete without exploring the incredible local cuisine, and Beach Road offers some of the best street food options in the entire world. Along the avenue, there are various street vendors preparing typical dishes on the spot. Some of the best options to try include pad Thai, famous Thai fried noodles with shrimp or chicken, peanuts and sweet and sour sauce, mango sticky rice, sweet rice, and mango, one of Thailand's most popular desserts. Satay, grilled chicken, dining experience. There are several night markets near Beach Road, such as the Pattaya Night Bazaar, which offers a huge variety of local local and international dishes. Sunset on Beach Road is the perfect moment to relax. If there's one moment of the day you can't miss on Beach Road, it's the sunset. The city is known for its orange, blue skies and dust, and spectacular scenery in the sea. The best places to enjoy the spectacle Beach Road Coast. Perfect for those who want a direct view of the sea without obstacles. Rooftop bars, if you want a more sophisticated experience. Places like Horizon Rooftop Bar offer a panoramic view of the city and the ocean. While the most iconic spots to watch the sunset is incredible and This is ideal to take photos and videos, relax, Beach Road is also a great place for those who enjoy shopping. In addition to modern malls, there are various markets and souvenir shops selling typical items from Thailand. If you want to buy something unique and authentic, some good options include high handicrafts, such as wooden sculptures and embroidered fabrics, spices and tips, perfect for real and decent Thai cuisine. Clothing and accessories from tourist t-shirts to pieces inspired by Asian fashion. Prices vary, but it's always worth negotiating. Vendors are good too. Discounts. Nightlife, beyond nightclubs and bars, if you want to enjoy. There are several to explore. Cabaret shows. Pattaya is famous for its cabaret performances, such as Tiffany's show, which features impressive performances with extravagant costumes. Cinemas and cultural centers. For those who prefer something more immersive, there are options for luxury cinemas and cultural events happening regularly in the city. Night boat tours. Some tour operators offer dinner cruises, providing a unique view of the city. These options show that Beach Road is not just about parties and nightlife, but rather a place full of experiences for all types of travelers. Is it still worth exploring Beach Road? Definitely, yes. Despite the changes that have occurred in recent years, Beach Road remains the heart of Pattaya, offering a perfect combination of beach, food, culture, and nightlife. If you visit the city in 2025, be sure to take the time to explore every detail of this iconic avenue. Whether walking along the promenade, trying local dishes, or enjoying the sunset, it's The answer, without a doubt, is yes, but with some considerations. Pattaya is no longer exactly the same city it was years ago. Some transformations have been made to enhance the tourist experience, while other changes have been lacking. To understand if Pattaya is the right destination for you, it's essential to assess what it offers to you and how that fits your travel goals. What has changed in Pattaya? The main difference between Pattaya 50 years ago and that of 2025 lies in the organization and diversity of attractions. If the city was once seen almost exclusively as a party and nightlife destination, today it offers a more balanced experience, appealing to those seeking excitement and those preferring something more relaxing. The renovations and change areas have improved mobility and the appearance of the avenue, making it more pleasant for walking and outdoors. Linked with the beach and the business community has also made the city more attractive to a broader audience, including families and more discerning travelers. At the same time, some of the changes may give the impression that Pattaya has lost a bit of its old fun chaos. Walking Street is still lively, but now with more regulation and control. Some traditional nightclubs and bars have moved, and the enforcement of business regulations and street adventures has reduced the sense of unpredictability that some visitors enjoy. Who is Pattaya still a good destination for? For those who enjoy beaches and outdoor activities. If you're looking for a destination with beach options and outdoor activities, Pattaya can be an excellent choice, especially now that the waterfront is better maintained. In addition, the city serves as a base for amazing trips to nearby islands, such as Pattaya, which offers paradise-like beaches just a few minutes away by boat. For those who love nightlife, despite the changes, Pattaya remains one of the best places in Thailand for parties and nightlife. Walking Street is still active. Second Road offers new bar and rooftop options, and there are parties for all styles. Those who enjoy lively nights with plenty of music and cultural side. There are some interesting historical and cultural attractions, such as the sanctuary of cabaret shows. The city is still more focused on entertainment than on authentic cultural experiences for families and laid-back travelers. Pattaya has become more accessible for travelers looking for a less chaotic environment, with new attractions featuring and tourists seeking a more balanced experience. What's still amazing? While many changes have been positive, there are still some challenges for Pattaya. Traffic, for example, remains an issue, especially during peak hours. Although the encouragement of bicycle use has helped a bit, the city still faces congestion and difficulties with efficient public transportation. Another point that deserves attention is the city's identity. With so many reforms and regulations, Pattaya risks losing some of the spontaneous charm that made it famous. The challenge in the coming years will be to balance growth and modernization without losing the vibrant, essence that attracts millions of tourists every year. So, is it worth it? If you have never been to Pattaya, the answer is yes, it is worth visiting. The city offers a unique combination of beach, nightlife, gastronomy, entertainment, and cute places to show your culture. If you have visited Pattaya in the past, if you're looking for a somewhat more organized, safe, clean destination, you will likely appreciate the changes. If, on the other hand, you miss the disordered and chaotic Pattaya of years past, you may feel that something has been lost in the modernization process. In the end, Pattaya still has a lot to offer, and each road remains the heart of this vibrant city. Whatever your travel style, there is always something interesting to explore here. Now, I want to know from you, have you been to Pattaya before, or do you want to visit? What do you think of these changes? Leave your comment and share your opinion. And of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell to keep up with content about amazing travel and destinations. See you in the next video.